Hello and welcome to Hey Clarity. I am your host, Lindsay, and today we are doing a land reading on Tulum, in Tulum. So it's such a treat to be here in person and doing a land reading in the actual location. So we're going to be asking the questions, what important historical events do we need to know about the land of Tulum? We're going to be asking what spirits and guides might be on the land that want to make themselves known and if they have messages for us. And as well ask the question how people, whether it's tourists, visitors, or the people who live here in Tulum, how the people of Tulum can support the land of Tulum. And then finally, what's the most important message we need to know? So I opened the records prior to hitting record. And so we're going to do a live reading and we're going to just jump right in. So first question, what important historical events are important for us to know about Tulum? So I'm seeing people dancing and they're just saying it's a place of celebration. So historically, this has been a place of celebration. That's what the first message that wants to come through about the important historical energies that are here. Let's see if there's anything else. What important historical events do we need to know about Tulum? I'm seeing like they're showing someone like moving quickly, either they're showing multiple, this is like an energy that might be present here. I'm getting the word like robbed, robbery. And so they're showing people on foot robbing each other, they're showing people on a bike robbing each other, and I'm seeing like over like generations and like throughout time there is this energy of like robbing, which is interesting. So and that's probably like the least dark historical energetic event that I've experienced on a land. So that's really interesting. Let me just see. So robbed. And there's like a reciprocal robbed, right? So there's an energy of robbing each other, but it's reciprocated. So it feels like if someone gets robbed, then that person gets robbed too. So there's almost like they're saying there's like a karma around like feeling robbed and robbing. But I'm getting like it's amongst the people, right? And it's almost like they're showing that like the land witnesses this behavior and almost laughs at the people, because the land is just like ha ha ha, like look how abundant this place is, like there's so much here on the land. But in like people civilization, I'm getting like there's like this mentality, this focus on monetization, and you rob each other. And I'm getting like the land is kind of like ha ha ha, you're so funny, look around, like this is flourishing, this is abundant, you can grow so much here, like why are you treating each other like that? So it's just this interesting relationship between the land and the people. But they're going back to it's really this is a place of celebration. And they are referencing like the spiritual aspect of it. Oh, they said vortex. They're like a little vortex, like there's a little vortex here. And so they're going, let's see, they're showing this V like way up into the sky. They're just saying a little vortex, a little vortex. And it's becoming more apparent, the vortex. So there's a certain vibration on this land that some people, some places have. And so that vibration, that frequency is almost like calling out into the world. And so people are starting to find this place more and more attractive. That's why things are building. They're saying building restoration. And it's almost like this, they're saying it's like misguided. They're like a naked land, like people are, oh, and it's coming back to this like robbed monetization. Like it's just got such this history of the people just like taking advantage of each other and this obsession with this focus on monetization. And they're kind of saying it's happening over and over and over. But the purity of why people, the pure innocent reason why people are attracted to the place is still there, but it just has this like topical energy of this focus of monetization. And I just get that the land is just laughing at people, just like, ha ha ha, you're so silly. They're actually saying stupid. Like, you're so stupid. Like the way that we treat ourselves, the way that we treat each other, you're so stupid. And again, they're just like, there's abundance here. There's much abundance and beauty. They're saying fertile. And they're just like the ecosystem, the wildlife, the apex predators. There's something about the apex predators. I'm getting that the apex predators need help. They need more help than they used to. And it's because more people are here. But there is a powerful population of incredible apex predators. But I'm even getting like all of the wildlife here, right? So they're just like spirit guides, and they're like, you worship us, like they're like the animals are talking now. They're saying you worship us, you call us your spirit guides, and yet you're not taking care of us, you're not protecting us, you're not supporting our ecosystems enough. And they're like, we see like some are trying, but it's not good enough. So there's like really an importance of protecting the apex predators, and not just the apex predators. That's there, but everything below the apex predators is just as important as the apex predators. So there's just this like, there's like a question mark. There's like, okay, so like you're obsessed with spirit animals, and yet you're not supporting the abundance of the land to support the animals and the ecosystem. So I'm getting, be careful, with all the people coming in who are creating these buildings and these developments, that it's like, if you're gonna keep inviting more people, you're gonna have to keep bringing in people who care about the environment, like truly, genuinely, who are going to understand the importance of supporting the ecosystems and helping like replenish and flourish and nourish the ecosystems. Because there's something, they're kind of saying there's a tipping point that can happen. And then it's just like, you're gonna just destroy this paradise. And they're showing like this vortex almost going like, so it's open and it's attracting people. But if you're not taking care of the land, it's gonna go, like I'm getting like, it could go dark. And then there's something about the energy of like, then the energy of the people goes darker. So that was a lot in the first question. So we'll see how it answers other things. Let me just see. So that answers the how can people support. Okay, so they were answering multiple questions in one answer, which is great. So then, in reciprocity to that, if this is even necessary, because I feel there's more importance to support the land, but I also always invite how might any of the spirits, the guides, the land might support the people here. And they just said it really fast. Thriving in abundance. Like it's already here. There's no need. There's no need for spirit to support the people, because it's kind of like it's all here, like it's all just like waiting for you. Okay, so then the last question. Actually, I want to invite if any spirits want to come through and just like make themselves known. Let me see if there's any particular spirits who want to make themselves known. Kids. I just got little kids. So I saw like a very like tall man standing in front of me, and then I just saw a group of like little kids like playing in front of me. And then so I'm getting like the little kids give this energy of play. like they're playing. So all these little kid spirits that are hanging out, they're playing, and they're also giving the energy of encouraging the living people here to play. Because, again, the historical experience of being here is a place of celebration. Because it's so abundant and because it's so beautiful. And so these little kids, and they're just calling them spirit kids, little spirit kids, are like dancing around and playing, and they mix it up and mingle with the people that are here. And that's why there's such an element of play and youthfulness and this pure innocence. Okay, so then the last question, what's the most important message we need to know about Tulum? What is the most important message we need to know about Tulum? I'm just getting that, like, the more people are coming in to build and create these developments, the darker this place is going to become. Like, it's like they're just showing like more buildings. They're almost showing like almost like a skyscraper in the city. Like, you build the buildings and then it blocks out the sun. But it's again with this like energy of like feeling robbed, and like who's being robbed. Like, when you monetize a place that's so abundant, naturally abundant, and then you make money be the focus, this energy just gets really dark around monetization and exploitation. And so the most important message is like, there's a warning. They're kind of saying like, do not enter. There's going like, they're just saying like, the more these developments build up, the more that like that vortex is gonna close up. Like, the more this is gonna become like a darker place. Like, it's gonna, like, I'm getting that the land is gonna be fine, but I'm getting the land is gonna be fine because it's abundant and it's thriving. But that because you're like taking more of the land and making these huge buildings, you're covering it. And so that energy and the people that come in is gonna become darker. So it's like the people are gonna feel darker, and it's gonna invite in like darker people. And they're kind of saying like it's happening, like it's already happening. But they're just saying like, do not enter like that way. Like, do not enter like that. Yeah. And I think that the reason it's gonna turn like that is because it's the way that the spirits and the land is gonna push people out. So once the people start, it's like spirit is gonna interfere with that and make it uncomfortable to visit, or uncomfortable to live here, dangerous maybe, so that people will stop coming, so that the land can like come back to kind of like the way it was. So if this goes too far, spirit's gonna intervene and have people make it like not wanting to visit. They're gonna interfere before it affects any of the land. So if too much of the land gets developed, if too much of the land gets overrun by this people who are so focused on monetization, spirit's gonna step in and make it so people are not wanting to come here anymore. And then, so if that happens, that's what's happening. Like, they're gonna intervene because they're just like, this is like so protected, but they're kind of like letting it happen, like see what happens. Like, maybe it won't happen like that. Because they're saying there are the people who are coming in who might be more like supportive of the ecosystem, and they're like, we want to give them a chance to try to see if they really care. But if it's not genuine, if it's not coming from a place of integrity, so like I'm getting that this is like a trial period. So they're like allowing some of this to happen, and then if it goes too far, it's just gonna, yeah. And then if it scares people away, great, because the land is going to be, back to the way it was, and then the people who are here, who are from here, get to have it back. They're saying land back. So that's the most important message. Okay. So that was a land reading on Tulum, and I'm so grateful that I had an opportunity to do it in Tulum. Found that really interesting. Whew. Yeah, and if you have any questions or comments about it, feel free to reach out and let me know what you think of that. And yeah, thank you.